When you're done, raise your hand. I'm going to pick it up.
Let's see how well it's working, and then we'll go from there, okay? Okay, we should be wrapping it up. Okay, pass them up. I gave you 2 minutes apiece at least.
I was still trying to figure out if there's one under DNF or not.
There are no DNFs on here.
I got 4 and 4.
Well, that's close.
Well, I didn't
Let's
know.
try
I
that.
didn't know.
Put your name on it.
Those not back yet.
Thanks, mine.
Wait.
I didn't push it. Now, we're going to take some notes on factoring by grouping. Okay, real quick, I'll go over this and then we'll start those notes. I'll do one or two. I'll do 2 of them. I'll do these 2. I'm doing these 2. Okay, the x squared goes right here. The negative 6 goes right here. We multiply. Negative 30x squared. So 1 and 30, 2 and 15, 3 and 10, 6 and 5. Okay, I've got to get to 7, 3 and 10. Okay, so 10x, 3x. This is a positive 7, so the 10 is positive, the 3 is negative. Now, my factors of 5 are 1 and 5. So we have to figure out where we want to put the 1 and where we want to put the 5. Okay, the 1 goes here. So 5 times a positive 2 gives you 10x. 1 times a negative 3 gives you negative 3x. Negative 3 times a positive 2 gives you that negative 6. So 5x minus 3 times x plus 2 is your answer. Okay, this one. Three x squared minus 15. Okay, we multiply, we get negative 45x squared. 1 and 45, 3 and 15, 5 and 9. That's pretty much it. We've got to get to a negative 4. This will do it. So 9x and 5x. This is a negative 4. So yes, the 9 is negative. The 5 is positive. Where do I want to put the 3? We've got our x and x. Okay. 3 times a negative 3 gives me a negative 9. 1 times a positive 5 gives me that positive 5x. So we have 3x plus 5 times x minus 3. Questions? Okay. So I'll be taking a grade on those. Those were all problems off of yesterday's assignment. So if you missed them yesterday and you got them right today, you have a chance to redeem yourself. Now, nope. I got so mad when I read the note that there was no way you wanted me to grade them right then. So, factoring by grouping.
I got you.
Okay, there's no need for talking. Yes. Again, I say there is no need for talking. When you factor by grouping, there's more than 3 terms. Okay, usually 4. And the idea is not to have to rearrange. Every once in a while you do, but most of the time they'll be written so you don't. So we're going to look at the first 2, and then we're going to look at the second 2 and see if there's anything. What can I pull out of 6 and 8? 4 64. Sorry, I was looking at just the 6. Okay, so yes, we could pull an 8 out of both of those. Okay, so we group the first two and we're looking for a GCF. So we have 8. Can we pull any R's?
R2.
R squared, yes. Now, 8R squared times what will give me 8R cubed? Okay, 8R squared times what will give me a negative 64R squared? Okay, so we factored the GCF out of this one. Now we're looking at this one. Is there a GCF I can factor out of this? No, there's really not. But what do you notice about what's left versus the parentheses from the first set? That's what you want to happen all the time. When you factor by grouping, after you pull your GCF out, you want what's left in the parentheses to be the same. Okay, so what would be an understood number right here? A 1. So here's the trick. Okay, this match, so that's one factor. And then you squish these two together, and that becomes your other factor. And that's your answer. Okay, you have to have the 1, otherwise you don't have the other factor. Okay, so let's look at another one. Let's say we have everybody have it written? Okay, so we're going to look at this first set of 2 right here. What number, what's the biggest number that will go into both 105 and 175? Okay, well, 30 times something isn't going to give you 5 most of the time. I mean, we can check the 30. I agree with the 5. I don't know if it's the biggest or not. 105 divided by 5. 105 divided by, you said 35? Ooh, okay, well, let's see. 175 divided by 35. 35, good job. So we're going to pull a 35. Can we pull any K's?
Yes.
2 K's, K squared. All right, so 35 times 3 is 105. And K squared times what is K cubed? These two have to multiply to give me this. Does it?
Yes.
Okay. Aiden, move up here in front of Chase. Okay, we bring our sign down. 35 times 5 gives me 175. Are there any K's left? No, we pulled 2 out. Okay, so there's that one. All right. Then we've got minus. What can we pull out of both of these?
25.
I would go for 25.
Yeah.
4, 5.
You want the largest, the greatest common factor. Now, 25, well, negative 25 times what will give me a negative 75? Okay, and what about this K? Does it come down or does it go out? It comes down and stays right there. Okay, negative 25 times what will give me a negative? Okay, do our parentheses match? They do. Okay, so let's write our two factors. We've got 3K plus 5 times what?
35K squared minus 25. You don't.
Okay. You don't what? I just took this
Yeah.
and this and created that one.
I didn't
Okay.
know the cat, I thought it was X.
Okay, I guess. Oh.
Now, what do you notice about this one though?
It's the outside.
What do you notice about 35 and 25?
Oh, they go down.
What's the GCF of this?
5.
Okay. So
C7.
I'm going to pull, for right now, I'm going to leave it in this order and then I'm going to show you how to rearrange it. Okay. So we can pull a 5 out of both of these, right? Can we pull a K? Okay. We can't pull a K. 25 doesn't have one. So it's 5 times 7K squared minus 5. Okay, so these are our three factors. You always lead with your GCF. It has to go in front of the other two. Okay, so this is the format that you would want your answer in. Now, whether you have the 3K plus 5 in front of the 7K squared minus 5, these two can switch. But the GCF should be written out in front. Questions? Okay, let's do another one. Okay, we're going to split the first two and the second two. I want you to pull the GCF and write what's left for the first two right now. What can we pull out of both of these? Okay. Can we pull any letters?
Yes.
V squared. Now, don't call this V2. You go anywhere else, you're going to look like an idiot if you say V2. You can say V to the power of 2, or you can say V squared, but don't say V2. Okay. Now, 2 times what gives us 6? V squared times what gives us V cubed? V squared times what? V. 2 times what gives us a negative 16? And the V squared's already outside. Okay, pull your GCF from this one. Bless you. What's your GCF?
7.
7. Can we pull a V?
Yes. No.
No, 56 doesn't have one. 7 times what gives us 21V?
3.
7 times what gives us a negative 56?
-8.
Do our
Yes.
Yes.
parentheses match?
Yes.
Yes, they do.
Now you gotta put it.
3V minus 8 times what?
2v squared.
Plus 7.
There we go. Does this have a GCF?
No.
No, it doesn't. So we're done. Okay, one more.
Got 42 MC.
Yes. Okay, so look at the first set. 42 and 36.
6.
Okay, 6 times 7 and 6 times 6. Okay, so 6. Can we pull an M out of either of these?
Yes. M squared. Or-
This doesn't have 2, that doesn't have 2, so we can only pull 1. Can we pull a C or a D? No, they don't both have CD. 6 times what? 6M times what gives me 42MC? 7C. 6 times what gives me 36MD?
6.
Okay, so let's look at this one. Minus. Is there a number I can pull out of 6 and 7? No. Okay, is there a letter I can pull out of either of these?
Yes.
What?
M squared.
N squared. Okay, so negative N squared times what gives me 7N squared C? 7C. Negative N squared times what gives me a negative 6N squared D?
16.
Do our parentheses match?
Yes.
Yes, they do. Okay, what is our other factor?
6 and minus and 7.
There we go. We're done. Okay, so turn the paper over.
Ooh, here we go. Ooh.
Write those two down and work them. In a moment, I'll have a few more up for you.
I used to homework.
Just keep working. -5 times what gives you a positive 15?
Negative,
So it should be -3.
but they don't match up.
4 times what gives you 12?
3. Oh, -3. Okay. I'll match up.
Okay, write these other ones down. Total of 6.
Ah. Keep breaking. Is that 56?
What, Chase? Sure.
Miss Cooper,
Yes, ma'am.
so whenever you find the GCF,
Uh-huh.
do you multiply, you divide it, right? Or multiply?
Let me freeze that. You can look at it either way. So, like we pulled GCF. Okay. So you find the number that goes into it, and then you can, like we said, 5. So you could say 35 divided by 5, yes, and write that down. And then you could do 25 divided by 5. I usually say 5 times what gives me this. But yes, you can divide it that way. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay, so if you need to, take a picture of it.
Homework?
And you are to finish it for homework.
Yes.
Oh, I don't know what's going on here.
Well, get somebody to take a picture of it and send it to you so you can get it when you get home.
Will I be able to do this in tutorials?
No,
Actually, might not be in tutorials.
then why are you even asking, darling?
I don't know, I didn't think about that. My dad might take me out of class in the middle of history again.
We're not doing it in advisory, no. I don't know. We'll see. Y'all have a good day.
Oh, I do. Okay.
Oh, you know what they, Jesse, it doesn't take you that long. Jesse. What? Come on.
Hello, Scott.
Sorry, I got like halfway through, and then it got really loud.
I got that. I got that. That's why I gave you some problems to rework and I picked them up. Okay?
I couldn't see that. I'm not really sure what to do. Or not the factor. I've got confused.
Okay.
Miss.
Yes. To wipe the what?
That's from Haley Smith. and her colored numbers. Sir,
For the first one, so
the GCF, people X squared out of X cubed and X squared, is that what you're asking?
for
4X squared. Yeah, because you have 3X's here, I'm sorry, 3 here and 2 here, so you can put 2 out of both.
Remind me of creative writing to talk to you.
Oh.
Ben was talking, saying
Okay.
some really nice things about you.
This is what I was looking for.
Oh, yeah. Oh my goodness. Is this my video? Oh my
Wait,
goodness.
what if they don't have?
You were wearing all black.
Because on the second one, there's only one.
When she was right. Oh, I didn't even see that before. What made you that mad? I'm scared. I won't make you mad. I don't remember what it all happened. Okay. Now we got to make her mad.
Alright, so X squared,
I mean, not
so
to
we
make
have
you
X
For real.
minus 3, right?
I would never.
Oh.
I was just sort of like, she was wearing all, you were wearing all black. And that's what I was
You
like,
get it? Oh, yeah.
You?
Just find out.
I never struck me as a person that really thought black. It was always colorful and happy.
And then you do
That's
X
like,
minus
that's different.
3.
That's not my case.
That's what we know.
Okay.
Oh, the answer was right.
I started wondering that.
X minus 2, X minus 5.
Yes, X squared, 4X squared. Yes.
No, not there.
There, yeah. That's it.
Oh, goodness.
That's like pretty confusing.
All right.
She's a freshman.
What's she do?
It's a long story. We got time. Yeah.
No Ryan again
He's
today?
taking us, he's taking the box start.
Gotcha. All right, so
I'm just looking now like, I was trying this way, just like trying to talk. I was trying to get you to talk in the first half.
Or you in the corner secretary,
Yeah.
she comes to the but it how was it?
It wasn't even
It was
that
never
bad.
Yeah.
First of all, thank you all for being your normal, nice selves for the sub, unlike my third period.
We heard about that.
I did my work. So I just check my paper.
So you did actually do your work, but there was a whole bunch of others you didn't, and I can pretty much guess who started all the crap. So,
Jace wasn't here yesterday.
Oh.
Wait, no, he was, but he actually was.
Advertising.
Yeah.
Who started it?
I think, not really Aiden. That's like the girls that was right here.
We kept kind of talking
No,
to
no,
Miss
I
Sub,
agree.
and she was saying hello to Miss Ayers one day, and I like her. She's really nice.
she is very nice.
She knows my
She's-
mom because she.
She's not a bus driver.
Yeah, she's really sweet.
She was like she's my bus driver to her, so she's been in my book.
So this hard to have.
I'm actually really impressed with her because she's actually trying to refresh her memory on the math so that she can help people.
She was helping us a whole bunch.
So I'm gonna add a little bit to this. The assignment said to find just one piece, right? Okay, now I haven't looked at them, I haven't graded them or anything like that. But what I'm gonna add today is find the rest of the triangle. So that you have all three angles and all three sides, okay? So what I wanna do first though is I found one little glitch in what I told you about law of cosines, okay? If you don't find the largest angle first on law of cosines, you can end up with two sets of answers. Okay? Yeah, and I had totally forgotten about that until I went and asked Ms. Ferguson, and we're going through videos, and we finally found it. It just said it can cause a problem. Well, yeah, it causes a problem when you find one angle and somebody else finds the other angle, and then the third angle isn't the same. Okay, it's like two different dimensions or
That's
something.
why I don't understand about the angles. Like, I'll get them and I'll formulate the entire thing, but every time I do it, it's like a different angle, and they never add up.
They should. Okay, but maybe it's because of what I'm getting ready to show you.
Okay.
So let's look at number 1 on the law of cosines. And where's mine? Not that. Here we go. Okay. Oh, I need to stop the video. I didn't stop it, did I? Dang it. And